All right. Hello and welcome. Let's get the stream started. Today we are going to be trying out Fire Kings because I want to try and learn a deck that I think I'll be seeing at the upcoming regional. So I also want to build it because it's the budget deck of choice for my Speedroid pal. And so I want to, he wanted to try, and so I want to try it myself. I want to get to know it. We are going off of a list from a budget-focused YouTuber, it seems. Or not budget-focused, but he certainly has his share of budget videos. So I can also link the deck list if anybody wants it. See my source, see my homework. Otherwise, I feel pretty good about the list. We've got... I'm just putting it together. But it seems pretty strong. It seems pretty straightforward, which I really like. I also really like that it doesn't feel like a weak budget deck. It feels like a real deck, or at least as real as any that I would play. Which, I mean, that part is debatable, the part that I play real decks, right? But it seems solid. It doesn't seem like a deck that suffers extremely from being on a budget. And it's not that cheap. I think he spent like $100 total for the whole list we ended up deciding on, so certainly still not a cheap pile of cards. $100, but not as expensive as things can get, for sure. Just picking some extra deck stuff. Just for now, let's put in the final Shurag. And this is our main. This is our Fire King Tri-Brigade. So right away, I don't really feel interested in running the Veiler, but it's there. It's an easy hand trap. Let's give it a try. I kind of wish this were a talent slot, but we'll see. We're also going to be learning. I know a little bit about what the deck wants to do, but not a ton, so we'll have to take some time, read some cards. But that's the fun of it, isn't it? Learning. Alright. So, 2 hand traps, 2 Ponics, and our Sanctuary. Ponics let us search a Fire King spell trap. So if this gets hit, we can still do something. So let's go for the Sanctuary. It activates. Let us try to search a Fire King Island. And it activates it from deck, which means this dodges Ash. We can then use the Fire King Island to destroy a monster in our hand, and if you do, add a Fire King from your deck to your hand. Let's destroy 1 Ponyx. We don't need both. So we'll destroy our Ponyx. And here we search the Runics, I think. Now we have a couple triggers. So the Runics is going to trigger, as is the Ponyx. We'll go both. So Runics. Oh. I should read these a little closer. Is that a when that I see? So. You can special summon this card. If a monster is destroyed by battle a card, you can select this card. That's weird that you can't do both to me. Hey Code, thanks for coming. We're just trying some Fire King in preparation for the upcoming regional, as well as testing for a friend. I want to build or help him learn his deck, and so we're going to be learning it ourselves. So off the kit here, we can send a Tri-Brigade from our deck to the graveyard. Great stream name. Yeah, I thought so too. I was pretty happy with that one. So, how's the music code? Is it too loud? If this card is sent to graveyard, you can add 1 Tri from your deck to your hand. I think what we do here is... I'm just trying to figure out what we send. I think we send the Nerval, add the Fractal. Is that right? And then the Fractal... How do we get the trap card? We're gonna send the Nerval. I'm struggling a little bit with the effects, but we're gonna go Nerval is going to add a Tri-Brigade from our deck to our hand. So here we're gonna be adding Karis or Fractal. Normally it's send Nerve to add the level 2. Oh, that's interesting. Even though we destroyed Kit already. But you're missing a guy in hand. Okay. Yeah, we didn't open one. Let's go for the... Have you normal summoned? No, we haven't normaled. We've been doing all special summoning because we opened really well. You can banish any number. Spec 1. I feel like there's then the level 2. Okay. Thank you, Code. And then Ponix is going to search a Fire King spell trap. So I think we go for the Immolation just because it's the card we don't have out of the suite. So we have a normal summoned. What are our options here? And the music's good, thank you. During your main phase, you can spec 1 level 4 or lower beast from your hand. If this card is sent to the grave, you can draw 1 card, then place 1 card from your hand bottom of the deck. You can only use each effect once per turn. How do we get the trap card? Spell trap. Okay, so it's the Bearbrum. Then target 1 of your banished level 4. Add 1 try. So here what I think is we go for any number. Link rating, all you with this card. I think we go normal Kit, effect to banish 2 to summon Rampager. We're just gonna go a little scuffed. So we're gonna go normal summon. We're gonna go effective Kit. Banishing 2. We can actually do the Ponix. That's really funny. We did destroy this Ponix, so we want it back. So let's banish those 2. That might be a mistake. We'll see. We'll go Bearbrum. Bearbrum is gonna let us. If this card's sent to grave, we're gonna use the Bearbrum as a 1. We could make an Apo here, though I don't think that's what you're supposed to do. But I kind of want to do it anyway. Let's go for Apo just for now. Just because I don't know what else to do. And we'll do the Bearbrum effect. We're not going to Asher on Bearbrum. We can do the Revolt. And then we have to return a card to our deck. I honestly feel like we don't want this right now. We're going to set the Revolt, we're going to read the Revolt, and we're going to pass to our opponent. So, Revolt lets us special summon any number. Good heavens, when you look at the time. No, Kato. Can't you just be nice? It's like the effect we want to activate. We're going to activate our Ponix, get this back to our hand during the standby. We're not going to Revolt, and I need to check on Shureg. So, Shureg is a Link 4, 2+ Beast Warrior and/or Wing Beast. You can banish. So we can totally access Shureg the way we've done this. We're up against Bee Troopers. Okay. So right now our only points of interaction are 4 Apo charges, the 2 hand traps, and the Shureg banish. That seems okay. What's this? It's not Ogdoadic time? Yeah, we're testing out Fire King just so I know how to play it and how to play against it. And also for my friend who's going to be joining me at my regionals. This is the deck he selected. He's a speed ride lover, but we felt that for the regional, we should take it a little more seriously, put him on a deck that's going to give him a better chance of actually winning. And so Fire King's what we landed on because it's pretty cheap. We built the whole list for under $100, and that's including an access code. We're saving a little bit because he already had some good stuff like Ash. Like, Ash isn't super expensive, but he's also got talent, which I'm kind of wanting to slot into this. Oh, I just realized this is not the right deck list either. So we'll update that. So, we're going for some triggers here. You can spec 1 Bee Trooper. Well, that's really good. The end board here, or what they're doing? Or the price. The price is good, yeah. Once you're in, blah, blah, blah. What does this card do? Okay, you can equip one insect from your hand or graveyard to this card as an equip spell that gives it 500 attack and defense. We don't care about that at all, so we're just going to let that resolve. They have a bunch of monsters. They have the block spider. Fire King's pretty budget if you don't play the Bellspire. Yeah, we took a quick peek and we decided, yeah, we're not even considering buying that. It's too much money. It's an insane amount of money. What do our opponent's cards do? Let's give a read for a sec. Once returned, during the battle phase, if a face-up card is, you can destroy all monsters your opponent controls. So we can stop this ultimate great insect. This is a search. We're going to start with the Ash Blossom. We want to keep our Apo big and healthy. I feel bad for just relying on an Apo end board, since that's a card I already know how to use, but... Just noticed the title. Thank you. What are they going into? They can make something big, and then I'm kind of hoping to revolt into their next summon. So then we can potentially go and banish whatever they bring out next. Going for formation. Formation lets us... I've never played Fire King, so my Yu-Gi-Oh commentary is useless, so I'm just trying to bully Deha. I mean, just here for a good time. Yeah, we'll learn together. This will be good for all of us. Well, I shouldn't say all of us, because I'm sure somebody like Code and Dragon know how to play the deck, but... Special summon 1 B-Trooper token. I think we're going to let them have a token. It seems cool. I remember buying the structure deck back when the first came out. I do play B-Trooper though, so I can't... Yeah. I mean, I can help too. See all these cards? Vanillas. Do nothing. I actually did waste time reading Ultimate Great Insect, and holy cow. What a strange bad card. What does he have on the field? This custom card. What is this thing? This is not a real art. Special summon this card, but banished. This is a great ghost spell for us. Who even needs Apollosa when you run 12 hand traps? We're going for that. We're going to negate. And then I think we're going to go for the Revolt here. Is this going to trigger all of our... Wow, we can spec this. That's very funny. What does Shrig actually require? 2+... Are their effects negated? Yes. 1, 2... Oh, we can do multiple of the same. That's interesting. Bam. 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 And then we're going to go for a Shrig. Shrig has side zones. That's awesome. On resolution, we are getting a lot of triggers here. Shrig's going to take care of... It doesn't even target, does it? That's awesome. Kit and Nerval are both triggering. This is sweet. We're getting so much advantage here. So we're adding a card to our hand. Let's add the Fractal to hand. And we're sending a card to the graveyard. We already activated Nerval, so let's send a Fractal as well, just to thin our deck a little bit. And now we get to banish something. We're gonna banish that thing. It's not good. We're just gonna get rid of it. It's a Link 3, so it's more valuable than some weenie fusion monster. Take a bit of damage. Nice. Our opponent isn't playing the most formidable thing ever, but we had a lot of interruptions there. It does trigger them all. That's awesome. That's so cool. I was playing when Tri-Brigade was a thing, but I never did a good job reading what they actually do. So here, if this card is or another beast or a winged beast is special summoned, you can banish one card on the field. That's so cool. Shureg is awesome. Let's go for the Fire King Island. We'll pop the Garunicks because then, yeah, that's crazy. We'll pop the Garunicks, and here we can search the Kirin. Right, Kirin's good, right? Or we could just go for, let's search a Kirin. I just gotta test all the cards basically. Garunicks is gonna trigger because it saw something get destroyed. Kirin is gonna trigger. Why is Kirin triggering? If this card is destroyed, you can spec one Fire King from your hand, then destroy one card. You can. Oh, it's a quick effect, right? Okay, that really puts in perspective how bad Rika are. Yeah, it's crazy how much advantage this gets to accrue. We could use the Kirin to pop a card, spec this card. I don't really see a reason to do that. If this card is destroyed and sent to the grave, yeah, I don't see a reason to do that right now. We'll summon our Garunicks. Now we'll go Garunicks to pop a card in our deck, Shureg to banish a card from their field. They have a response. What do they have? That's a battle phase quick effect. Tribute one other target. What is this? Quick effect. You can tribute one other insect, then target one effect monster your opponent controls, negate its effects to the end of the turn. Oh, that's actually like, okay. I wonder if Rika will be expensive when it releases. Hey, Flup, thanks for coming. Thanks for showing up. Let's get rid of this. I think Rika won't be, just because I don't think Rika is good, but I've been wrong before. So I would be happy to learn otherwise. Yeah, no, but I don't have like super high hopes for Rika. Activate that, and we can special summon a monster here. I think we'll just summon the Garunicks. I think we can just go for lethal here. Summon the Garunicks. Shureg is a each effect, hard once per turn. Yep. Hey, Flips. No, it's not. You need to be on your best behavior. Okay, this is getting out of hand. I would pick them up if they're cheap though and cope for future support. I mean, hey, how it performs in the OCG. That is true. We will have a little preview for how it's gonna do. We're gonna activate our Kirin. We're gonna pop the Ponix, summon the Kirin. And we just have a bunch of beat sticks, right? We're gonna go battle phase. Day 16 of trying to get banned from the server. Nah, chat's too helpful. You wanna get banned? Give me bad deck building advice. That's how you get banned. Tell me dumb things and make me fall for them. That's how you really hurt my feelings. I feel like I didn't learn very much. I learned that the Fire Kings are pretty simple. I learned that Shureg's awesome. Play Flogos. I was thinking about playing Flogos in my Runick deck, but I actually cut it. Should we put up the counter? I feel like we should. Because that is 1-0 so far. Let's also grab a deck list so that people can see what we're playing. Flogoat or Ogdoadic Origin, unironically. I hate those cards. I can't believe... Bling, sorry about that. I can't believe they printed those. We have so many cool cards. And then we just have these garbage cards. What are these? I hate these. Alright, 1-0, that's right. Ogdoadic Origin sucks so bad. It's so worthless. And Ogdoadic Calling is also bad. I also wish the Ogdoadic token looked like these guys, like Zoha and Flogos. I would like the Ogdoadic token so much more. We have a field spell. I know, I forget about it. I kind of want to Errata Origin just for fun. Yeah, I mean, a field spell would be sick. Field spells in Yu-Gi-Oh! Are busted, but just not a terrible one, please. Flogos, we've talked about this, right? But if Zoha looked like Flogos, the world would be better. BRB gonna go make a new field spell. No, stay at the stream and do that. The field spell specifically. The field spell is so weird, because with Calling, with the res trap card, I can see what they were going for, right? We're gonna fill up our graveyard, we're gonna have a bunch of reptiles, you're gonna get 2 free reptiles as a trap card, don't worry about that. But it just doesn't work. 2 hand traps is really nice. Does this hand do anything? This does Fire King Island, which, yeah, Fire King Island's great. I think we let Fish Sonar through. I think we wait for a higher priority target. Kiryushin. I think that means we're holding our Imperm till our turn, right? That's what that means. Let's read this card in the meantime. If face-up Fire King you control is destroyed by a card effect, you can special summon this card from your hand. Once returned, during the next standby phase, after this card is destroyed by a card effect and sent to the graveyard, add 1 Fire King card from your deck to your hand. Fish Sonar! Oh. Electric Jelly Fish. I had no idea it was called Physalia at any point. That's weird. That is a monster or spell card negate. That's not going to work on our... I love if we just have a single random mill card for no reason. Yeah, I don't know what's up with that. Spec 1 water monster from your hand while Umi's on the field. Ooh. That's not an Ash effect. That's interesting. We can Ash the Kiryushin effect. I really like this deck, by the way. I really like the Kiryushin support. This is something I would actually consider playing if I felt it were better. Maybe there's a build somewhere that I'll try. I think the Kiryushin stuff is super fun. I played it in Master Duel quite a bit. There's a deck profile on the channel for Kiryushin, actually. It's pretty standard, I think. Like, if you could have just been, when activated, add 1 Ogdoadic to hand, and it would have been fine. Yeah, they actually could have printed anything they wanted on it. It could have been a dumb, useless mill card, and we would have forgiven them as long as it just did something. A search on activation would be so great, because we already have so much Ash bait in our deck that having a straight-up monster search would be incredible. It would let us really decide what we want, especially because you can already tutor your cards so specifically with Nunu, Naya. They really let you pick what you want in the graveyard. So a real field spell would have been awesome. But we didn't get that. That's not the world we live in. I actually don't know if I... Okay, this is good for us. That's probably Dark Reef, which lets them summon... Let's go for the Imperm right away. Let's do it on the Kiryushin so we can actually fill our board. See stealth attack. You can activate 1 Umi from your hand or graveyard. Yeah, okay. Does nothing. We're going to go for... Let's go for the Sanctuary. It's going to get us our Fire King Island, unless they block it, which they can, and I didn't consider that, because I'm not very smart. Yep, I just fed their Electric Jellyfish a spell card. It doesn't destroy, though. We get to keep it. So, when a monster effect is, you can negate the activity to destroy 1 other fire monster in your hand or face up on the field. We could have led with this. We could have, but we didn't. So now we're going to lose. So we're going to pass. It can't kill us, so it's fine. That was a bad play. My B team. My B. If we lose this one, it's totally my bad. We had the tools here to play better, and I just chose not to. I chose weakness. I'm really excited for the event tomorrow. I'm a little torn on what to play. What do you think we should go with? I've got my Ogdoadic Runick deck put together, and I feel pretty strong about it. With the Slicer Lock, Runick is really awesome. You have a lot of time to put resources together. You can afford to kind of just pass. But the Combo Wombo pile did really well, and I want to play it at full power now that I've got the Slicer. I can't believe we just lost to... We lost to a water deck. We lost to an Umi deck. We did fire versus water, and water came in on top, as it should. They have exact lethal here. GG. Just didn't play very well. Just did not navigate the duel very well. So, that's a loss. Going next. Yeah, I like the Runick variant. cringe idea for new field spell. Make the tributes to summon Ogdoadic boss monsters from the grave to become quick effects. Yeah, that would be cool. I like Umi, and you weren't playing snakes, so I'm fine with this. I mean, I was playing badly, so I should lose. That's how that works. I was just playing badly. I also took a screenshot of the list and forgot to put it on screen. Might be. What am I doing? I swear I know how to stream, team. Yeah, the Runick felt good. I can show the list if we want to talk about it, but I think people... Well, I think it's actually only one person that doesn't like when I talk about it. I think it's just Elmo that doesn't like the Runick deck. I think everyone else is chill with it. I think it's a solid bit of deck building, the Runick Ogdoadic build. My 6 Ogdoadic deck. Otherwise, like I said, I'm always happy. The only thing I'm kind of bummed about is my order of the big Link 4s we had talked about, the Avramax and the Boral Sword. They haven't come yet, so my IP is a little lacking. IP gets a lot better when you have good targets like those. Opening another really killer hand trap hand. I'm honestly fine with Ogdoadic not having a good field spell. Lair of Darkness represents. I actually agree with that. I don't mind. I like that Ogdoadic has kept that engine feel. We're not an engine. I feel pretty strongly about that. But we have the look of one. We can mix and match with other decks really easily, and I really like that. This just searches an illusion, right? This card, you can add 1 illusion monster from your deck to your hand. That seems wild. Is this something we Ash, team? This seems bad to let through. Just any? Like, for real? Or do we... Well, they had 2 of these. They only have so many cards left. Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. Yeah, we Ash that. Thank you, team. Thank you, thank you. Ash. Thank you. This is why streaming is fun. Because I don't have to think. No, that's not true. But it's really fun to interact with chat. I really appreciate everybody here for being part of the Discord, being part of the streams. It makes it super fun. This would be far more sad and lonely if I was streaming to nobody. With the I contributed so I won't get banned for being a gremlin. That's right, you've taken a step backward. They took... That was a... Okay, so they did... Oh. Wow. Good Ash, team. Good Ash. Is it cringe if I say chat? I want to say chat because it sounds cool, but I feel like I shouldn't be allowed to do that since I'm such a small channel. Except during... This card is sent to the grave, you can send a try. BRB making a meme to bully you in the server. XQC. I actually don't know what XQC is. What is XQC? I'm scared. Oh, they scooped. Yeah, I'm kind of... Do we count that? That feels like... I mean, our hand did something. I guess we count it. Go next. Go next. Streamer who says chat all the time. Oh, that's so funny. Should I not then? Bro, didn't he lose to Moist Critical in like 2 turns in a chess tournament? That's so funny. I've always said, team, I don't like guys. I think I've talked about that. I don't like guys. Alright guys, today you guys, we're going to be doing some epic Yu-Gi-Oh combos. I do like chat, I do like team. But I don't want to have my own XQC moment, as Codename put it. We want to avoid that. Just looking over my cards, I'm leaning toward wanting... I think chat is fine. Okay. I'm leaning toward wanting to play the combo pile, mostly because as a nice gift, my my friend that I'm building this deck for, that we built the speed raids for, he actually bought me some new dragon shields, some new sleeves, because I've been playing with the same, this is the same person. Okay, we'll go again, but I don't want to play against them too much. I do really like when we do these. We're going second again, but we have a million hand traps. Yeah, there we go, 2. But yeah, he bought me new sleeves because I've been playing with the same, really, yeah, isn't it? I've been playing with the same sleeves on my Ogdoadic deck for 2 years, I'm pretty sure. Like, that long with the same sleeves, and they are a bit grubby. I've cleaned them a few times. He's made fun of me for washing my sleeves. He's like, why don't you just buy new ones? Listen, I'm not made of money, okay? I play Ogdoadic. We're not necessarily ballin'. But yeah, I got new sleeves, got a new shuffle feel. Dragon shields, they're too big for my cards. You got to get Japanese size. I don't know if you're memeing, but you have to get the Japanese size dragon shields. You can't get normal dragon shields. Those are standard card size, like Magic Pokemon. You got to get the Japanese one. But yeah, he got me orange, which I'm still getting used to. It's weird looking to me because I've been playing with magenta on my snakes forever, but I really like orange. And it's kind of got that gold sand, you know, Egypt thing. It kind of matches the Ogdoadic theme. You know, I'm making a stretch, but you see it. I ordered secret rare fossil digs and they're not in yet. And I'm so sad. They were like $1 each. I was so stoked that I could get such a pretty card for so cheap. I just bought those sleeves from a card shop because I ran out of the ones I actually use. Add 1 level 5 or higher, or 1 Chimera Fusion. I feel like we can't let the Chimera Fusion happen here. What do you think of branded Chimera as a budget deck, chat? What do we think of that? Because another friend of mine, he doesn't play Yu-Gi-Oh! We used to when we were kids. We'd play a lot, but he's really smart, but he doesn't play Yu-Gi-Oh! And I really want him to come to locals with me. Oh, we don't have Ash. I was gonna say wasted Ash, but we didn't. What do you think of branded Chimera as a budget deck for him? Yeah, as a budget deck. Because I saw that you can build it with Dragoon. I'm not going to do that. But the Chimera Fusion is like $8. Branded, the Chimera is under 20. I play Branded and I play Chimera. I've never played them together. I feel like they're like meant to be together. This is a fusion. I really like blocking this. Is this a bad ghost spell though? You can fusion by banishing fusion trails during the end phase. I like hitting this. Guardian Chimera is pretty expensive. What I'm thinking is, as long as the total budget isn't more than $80, I'm okay with it. Because I looked at the rest of the stuff. The Chimera stuff, everything aside from the fusion, is pretty cheap. And so if all we're doing is paying for 1 Guardian Chimera and 1 of the Phantom Chimera, you know what I'm talking about, the one that hand rips. If all we're paying for is those, that's $30 there. We got plenty of room for the rest of the core, I think. Ash is low now, you know, Imperm is low. What do you think? Sword Soul was another deck I was considering because it's really easy to pilot. It's really cheap except for Moye. Moye is $7, which that kind of hurts, but it's not insane for overall price of a deck. Yeah, it could work. Do you think it's any good? Their board looks like it's nothing, right? That's gotta be... This has to be nothing. Chimera, I mean. Yeah, do you think it's a decent deck, branded Chimera? We're gonna destroy a Runick's here, which is pretty cool. It's gonna let us search out... We could search... I feel like we searched the Ponix. Yeah, it should be pretty good. Are there any other budget decks anybody else would recommend that I look into? It's pretty... yeah, I like the grind. I like that it can main deck Super Poly. I really like Super Poly. I think we're going to destroy Kit in our deck. Kit is going to let us send the Nervall. I should have spec'd the Ponix. I just misclicked. So we're going to send the Nervall. I don't like Dark World because it's... I think Dark World might be asking too much for a brand new player. We're adding a card to our hand. Let's add the Kit. That seemed pretty good last time we did that. Although, I don't feel that good about... Actually, we have access to another Runicks. I tried Flu a little bit, and I like the idea of Flu. Dark World has one expensive card, which is not necessary. Dark Corridor. Okay. Yeah, no, for budget, Dark World seemed totally manageable. It was more about the... Dark World seems like it can brick to me. They surrendered. I guess we win that too. Let's go next. We're gonna kick them if they try to join again. I don't want to keep beating the same person. But Guardian, I think part of it too is Guardian Chimera just interests me. So building it just sounds kind of fun to me, learning it, seeing it play. I really like how many resources it can recur, and I think Mirror Knight, or whatever he's called, the negate if you have a Chimera Fusion thing out. I think that's really cool. I think the art is sick. I think that's really nice. Keep beating the same person, bully them. I mean, this is just personal experience, but I've been playing Dark World for a couple months. I forgot. Yeah, codename. My bad. Didn't mean to offend. Okay, I forgot you main Dark World. Can you share a list? I'd like to see the deck. If you can put a list in the Discord, we can go over it here on stream, and we can take some looks. I'm not a Dark World expert. I've played against it. I've seen it, but I've never run it myself. Yeah, sweet. Post it in the Discord. We probably won't stream for super long today. I've been doing a lot of TCG practice at the shop, prepping my buddy, testing out my Runick build, so I'm kind of tired. Though I am happy to stream. I haven't eaten much today, so I've also got to eat. I made some salmon. Is there, let's see, since we're all hanging out, is there any advice for tomorrow for my build? I feel pretty good about my Ogdoadic deck. You know what we should do is chat should help me pick my deck for tomorrow. We can go over both my lists and maybe you can convince me. I don't feel confident in the Runick build, but I want to bring it because I feel like it's fun to bring different decks to try different things. But I'm just a coward. We open no Fire King monster starters here. We do have 2 hand traps, and they're both pretty good. I don't think RDA can survive 2 hand traps. I also, pardon me, we're going to Ash that because I want to imperm something else. I also don't hate the Bestial deck we were looking at, but I feel like that wasn't really a Resonator deck if it has 2 Resonators, you know? It just seems kind of dishonest to me. Codename added the deck to the Discord, so we will take a look at that. Tenki lets us search. There it is. We'll take a look at that after this duel, okay? Or face up. If this card is destroyed, you can target 1 fire. Let's go for the Arvada. This can block hand traps too. That's pretty cool. Obviously, it takes a certain kind of scenario, but... And now either of these can discard 1 other beast. Spec this card from your hand, and this one is send 1 level 3 or lower beast or beast warrior from your deck to the graveyard. 1 other beast warrior. Okay, we want both in hand. So let's start with Fractal. Oh, it's only sent itself. Okay. And they scooped. Wow. Well, that's not great for testing. It doesn't help me learn the deck. We'll still count it because it looks good for people scrubbing through the stream VOD, right? But... Alright, let's take a look at Codename's Dark World deck. We're going to save this. I'm going to save the deck list. Codename, Dark World, Codename, sure. And we'll go like this. I'll go bam. Saved. Just pulling up the deck list. I think. Where did I put it? You can just cut the Dark Corridor and put a Dark World Puppetry. Good against Fire King. How much was the Corridor? Is it a 1 of? Yeah, it's a 1 of. How much is Corridor? Where did I put this? Sorry, I'm just trying to find the deck list that I just saved from the Discord. Here we go. We'll do this. We'll go. Like that. Okay. $15. We can afford to buy a $15 card. I'm not super against that. The extra deck looks pretty cheap. I've got most of that stuff. All right. Let's switch it to the... Yeah. So, let's take a look at this deck list. Here we have... something. What do we got? So we've got 3 Rainbow, 1 Bigfoot, 3 Grapha, 3 Nessie. I can't read his name. We got... Here we go. That's a little better. I'll look him up in EDO Pro. Silva. That's what I thought. The Dark World names are top tier. They're so funny. We have 1 Silva, 2 Mothman, 3 Snow, 1 Zephyros. What is that fire card? We have 1 Chupacabra, 3 Genta, 2 Brow. Is that Ken and Gen? Ken, yes, Ken and Gen. Salamander Catalyzer. Sorry. Salamander Catalyzer. Fiend. You can reveal this card and 1 Fiend in your hand. Spec one of them and discard the other. Oh, that's cool. It triggers discards. When a monster is destroyed by battle involving your Fiend, while this is in your graveyard, you can add this card to your hand. Catalyzer almost seems like we'd want to run more of them to me. Mute that. Mute that. We've got the 1 Skill Drain. Why not 3 Skill Drain? He's a hard once. Okay, so we just don't want to see it too much. Ken and Gen. The 1 Talent, I like that. This random Dark World spell. Dark Corridor. Add 1 Dark World monster from your deck to your hand, then discard 1 card. Really? Only 1 Corridor as well? That seems so good. I understand it's a hard once per turn, but still. We've got the 1 Accession, which I always read in my head as Ascension. The idea is to hand loop your opponent, and skill drain's not that good going second. Right, yeah, we're gonna go second half of the time going into game 1, so... Okay. Oh, right, we are trying to hand loop. That's way better than skill draining them. So, Dark World Archives, you can discard 1 Dark World, and if you do, Dark World monsters you control gain attack equal to level whatever. Oh, it's just a discard outlet. And then if a monster whose general type is Fiend is discarded from your hand by the effect of a Dark World, an opponent's card effect, discard 1 card, draw 2 cards. That's sweet. Hand loop your opponent in case you get drolled. Yeah, turn off. Mute Discord notification sounds. That was probably coming through on the stream, but that's not a big deal. So if you open it, you can still end on something really that doesn't affect you at all. That's cool. Accession lets you play on the opponent's turn as well, right? Because the Dark World Fusion seems wicked. That card seems crazy good. I still feel like I would want something more conservative for a player coming back to the game. You know, they don't know many of the cards in the game. Recyclable. Yeah, this seems really solid. This seems strong. You don't break a bunch, you said. Yeah, I just think it looks kind of hard to play for someone who doesn't know what they're doing. It's also kind of luck dependent, and I want something that is maybe not that. I'm kind of thinking something consistent, something that rewards him learning what the deck does, and that he can, yeah, it's kind of feast or famine. Right. A deck that kind of lets him learn and rewards him for learning. That's kind of what I'm looking for. That probably sounds dumb, but I think you know what I mean too. I want the game to be a consistent experience in that way. But I think this deck looks solid. I think it looks really cool. I also agree that this looks pretty budget friendly. You buy 3 structures. That's most the main, isn't it? We're also not playing any hand traps. That's wild. Is there not room for hand traps? Do we not have the space? Some other... They get in the way of the hand loop. Okay, that makes perfect sense. Yeah, this is kind of... It's like Runick, right? You just don't have... You can't afford to draw 2 or 3 hand traps when the other option is to hit a bunch of gas. You want to keep drawing... Yep, exactly. That's so funny. Yeah. No, I totally get that. That makes perfect sense. That is cool. That is a cool list. I'm tempted to give that a try. It looks really funny. That looks like a deck that you can get really lucky and just have a really good time with. I also like the extra. It's just funny to me to see a bunch of nightmares. I love that. I didn't learn much today because people keep scooping and there's a lot of text on these cards. So let's take a break from Fire King. We haven't played that much, but we've been streaming for about 50 minutes. Let's take a break and let's look at... I have to put my Runick deck back together because I accidentally cleared it. Let's take a look at the Runick deck I'm thinking about bringing tomorrow to locals. And maybe people can convince me that it's good and that I should bring it, or we can... The main deck is like 30 bucks with it, with a Dark Corridor. That's awesome. I love that. The fact that you can get a card that's pretty expensive and still be that low. So, you will soar. I don't know if I said it, the Mega Corella is the play. Mega Corella is awesome. I'm so happy we switched to this card. It gives so much follow-up to your Lars. I often mask away my Lars too early, but I still like that card. I still think the Mega Corella having the option to refill is great. I really like the Runick variant. I really do too. I do too. I think it's really solid. I really think it's the way. I can't tell if you're trolling because you want me to lose or if you actually think it's a solid build. I think it's good. I'm kind of an unconfident creature, you know what I mean? I don't take well to change. Where's the apostrophe? There we go. We also need our Shock Trooper. We need our Lars. I can't spell anything. What are the last 2 main deck cards? I have to take a peek at my deck. Oh, it's Archosaur and Misk. Archosaur. Yeah. I feel like I should just try something else, but I literally just learned about Lars' non-targetable effect today. I also noticed that today, Flup. I think I might have let somebody else cheat by me not knowing my cards went off, that's on me, you know, but you live and you learn. I also learned that if you hold shift, it puts cards in your side deck, which I should not have taken this long to realize. Harpy's Feather. I've got 2 Nib in there. I'm not super confident about those. Got Cosmic Cyclones, just because I think they're good. Helps you to fix your hand because of Hugin discard, gives you a body for Naya, and Cosmic Slicer helps you stall. The Slicer stall is wild. I think, yeah. So, notable changes. We took out the Flogos. I added an Aaron because I think in combination with Dispelling, Aaron could be really good for choking them out of their resources when you really need to. It's also a tribute to help you manipulate your board so that you have the reptiles you need for the link summons you want to do. Mask. I do feel good that I know a lot of the cards just right off the top of my head. That feels good. Dugaras. I have a Dweller in there right now. That's gonna become something else when my orders come, but for now, there are so many unicorns in the game, and they're all... Well, I was gonna say they're all good. That's not true. Shout out to my boy Sunlight Unicorn. Why am I blanking? What's in my extra? We've got Goddess, Apo... Oh, King of the Fair Limbs. Goddess, Appaloosa, and King. There are too many kings. Good. And then in the side, we've got the Drolls. Dolka. I like Dolka, but I feel really hard-pressed to find the space for Dolka as is. What do you think we cut? Probably the Dweller. The Dweller's just there, sort of. Though I do like the option. I do like the option. Cosmic. Should we be side decking Ash Blossom? Is that a thing? I think Dweller's fine, yeah. Should we be siding Ash? Auto win against some decks. Yeah, Dwellers, I mean, like, decks like ours, right? Dweller really hurts Ogdoadic. I'm tempted to get one more Naya in. We're at 18 Runick quick plays. 17, I don't know, I wanted one more. We added one more Dispel. Maybe that should be a Naya. Naya's really good for setting up your Ogdobus and your King, as well as the Curse now. We also have the Serpent Strike, because this is a grind deck. I wanted the recurring summon of Nephilibus, so we can keep Monster Born and keep making big value. You think Cosmic Cyclone could go? Yeah, I think we have enough back row removal here, although, I don't know. How is Nib? Is Nib even good this format? Is this a card that should be in my side? Yeah, I do agree that Ash should come into the side. I think Ash is incredible. I don't know, I like siding in 5 outs, kind of. So if I'm going to make this a monster deck, I like to 3 Dark Ruler, 2 Lightning. Yeah, it's really good. Yeah. Maybe like this? Okay, so you say Nib is really good. That's what you meant, right, Code? Yeah. Okay. No, I like this. This is the Ogdoadic Runick build. This is what we'd be playing. So, counterpoint. So this is the Ogdoadic Runick. It leans in really hard. We got the Fossil Dig. We got the Leos. You know, we're really going for that Slicer Lock early. The other is the combo deck. The one with the Punk Engine, with the hand traps. We got the Ashes. We got the Imperms. 43 cards. Let's go. Allows us to go for the Synchro lines, which you know I love. Love it. We don't have access to these two, and that does hurt our performance. I'm thinking about slotting in a Boral Load just in the meantime. What do we think of that? Kato inciting violence in the Discord. What is happening? Let's do this. Let's go in, and whichever deck... We'll do this. We'll start with some Runick. We'll see how it plays. We'll see how they feel. You're kind of convincing me to play the Runick deck. I also want to play the Runicks. I also don't like Borreload at all in Runick because you almost never get to actually use your battle phase, obviously, because you're Runick. And so that really isn't great. Sorry, let's grab the deck list quick. Do people like having the deck list on screen? Do we not care? I don't have to do it. I just think it looks neat. I like having a bit of an overlay. I feel like it makes us a little more professional. Bling. Go into a duel with our Runick deck. Put our list up. There we go. Thanks everybody for coming to hang out, by the way. It means a lot. Hope everybody had a good Saturday. Or whatever it converts to for... Yo! Hey, Sorrow. Thanks for popping in. I appreciate it. Hope you're having a good day. Hope you're staying cool. Do we bring the Runick? Do we bring the Runick? What does this button do, by the way? It just puts hearts? Is that it? Playa is in the chat. Player has left the chat. Good. Hey, Chuggy. Welcome, welcome. What time is it over there? You had an insane hour right now? Or is it a normal time, you animal? We having good duels? Yeah, we're 4-1. We were testing some Fire King, but people kept scooping, so we're gonna try out some everyone's favorite, Ogdoadic Runick, because I'm going to locals tomorrow, and I think I should bring the combo pile, the one we went 11 a.m. Beautiful. It's, what, Sunday now then, Chug, or am I wrong? Do I have it backwards? But yeah, Code was telling me he thinks I should bring the Runick deck. I kind of think he's right. I think it'll be fun. We can make some enemies. It'll be a classic locals time, you know? But I'm also tempted to bust out my new sleeves, try out the combo pile, Ogdoadic Runick in a solo. There was a guy playing, if you remember, there was a guy playing Trickstar Runick last time I was there, so I won't be the only person on Runick. You know, we won't be making too many people mad. I don't know. I'm kind of the opinion that the only people who don't like Runick are the people who haven't tried Runick. You gotta play it. You gotta understand it. Once you understand it, you start to learn, okay, Flashing Fire and Freezing Curses. Those are the cards to watch out for. Otherwise, Runick players cooked. We got them. Can we get a game, though? I'm happy to entertain, but I feel like some duels would also be good. Although, everybody did hang out when we just did the deck profile. That was also fun. Let's try and get... Let's see if we can join anybody else's lobby. I play too slowly for that usually, but I would like to get a game today. Oh, I'm totally shuffling half my deck upside down. That's gross. It was just a few cards. It's fine. How's everybody doing? Is there an event you guys are planning on doing next? Sunday locals is probably going to be the one I try to play every week. I really like getting to sit down, play some games. Like I said, it's kind of a more casual event. People bring their fun deck. Nobody's bringing... I can't even think of a meta deck. Nobody's bringing their Snake Eyes Fire King necessarily. Although I wouldn't mind if they did. It's fun to play against strong decks. I've notably been playing a lot less Master Duel lately. The TCG format is just a format I like strictly better. I occasionally play at my locals on Saturdays. That's awesome. Play is in. I've been going for my rock, paper, scissors strategy has been whatever lost, do what would beat what they just threw. The idea is if they throw twice in a row, but it's not been working. I lose the hand every time I do that. We also have a pretty good hand. We have the Serpent Strike to put down a Reptile to our grave. Okay. I didn't think they would just pass on that. We also drew another Runick, which is great. So let's activate the Serpent Strike right away. This will let us Foolish if they Ash us or something. Let's go for the Fossil Dig. No response. Going for the Misk. Activated effects. Let's go for the Misk right away. Do they have a response? They don't. Tempted here. I always pick rock because nothing beats rock. I also beat rock because it feels like everyone on Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro picks scissors. Let's go for the Leos. Who knows, maybe they try to hit us with some interaction here. They don't. Set the Singularity. I love Eva Singularity as a name. I just think it's so cool. Go for the Misc. Banish itself. I'm not 100% on how I want to use my Runicks here. I think what we'll do is we'll probably go Flashing Fire, summon a monster, Slumber, target, and then go for the draw. Probably do that after we do our full Slicer stuff. I'm a little worried about that back row. I feel like maybe I should deal with that first though. So let's go into our Runick stuff. This is also good if it pulls out their interaction. We don't really mind if they hit our Runick cards. They're not the cards we're playing the deck for, ironically. So we'll go for good old Gary. Give it up for Gary, everybody. We could go Hugin here, discarding the Slumber, but I don't love that. Let's just do this. Target the Gary, banish 3 off them. They're on Hero, so they must have bricked pretty bad. Good old Gazet, and they scoop. I guess that's the Runick effect. I mean, it seems that they bricked pretty bad, though. So that's 1 win for Runick. Woo. Everybody. I wasn't expecting to get a real response for everybody. Give it up for Gary. Never mind. Do not give it up for Gaza. That's funny. Streaming's fun. People should do it more. Alright. That was a pretty good Runick win. We had full Slicer Lock ready to go. I wonder what they had set. We could check the replay. I'm kind of curious. Maybe we do play Runick. Do you think that I should be playing hand traps in Runick? I was playing Ash before and it felt like I didn't have enough gas. And I feel like the Runick cards are decent enough at playing going second that you don't need to do it. We can go... If we go Mega Corella and it gets hit, that kind of hurts because our hand is kind of dookie. I kind of like discard Fountain, go Gary, get the Fountain back. Yeah, we'll go with the Mega Corella, we'll discard. I think Ash is just pretty harmless if it's just 1. Yeah, I think, because normally, you know, in my list, I like to play Ash Imperm, and that means you'll usually end up drawing into a hand trap, sometimes 2. Kind of rarely 2, right? But just 3 hand traps in the whole deck seems kind of inconsistent to me. This is good too because we have the Mega Corella in the graveyard if we're able to land the Leos. We weren't able to. Let's go for the Dispelling and let's grab our Fountain back here. It's Gary! We might draw into our Fossil Dig or our Leos here as well. If this gets hit, that hurts. Yeah, that hurts. Ugh, that's pain. That is not the kind of opener you want to see. I think we set the Slumber and pass. If Gary has 1 million fans. Gary's really solid. I like the Runick fusions. The reason we're not playing Sleipnir, by the way, is the price. It's pretty expensive. They're setting a card, and they're passing. That's really good for us. And we drew into the Leos. That's so solid. Let's go Leos. What do you got, opponent? Nothing? Okay. Permission to pop off. Let's go Leos, effect. We're just too good. It's the equivalent of drawing Snake Rain. That was really wild to me, by the way, learning that Snake Rain just doesn't need to be in the Runick build because I just ended up cutting more and more reptiles, obviously. They're not hitting us. They do have an Ashen Grave that they'll get back from the curse effect, but that's not a big deal. Send the curse. Let's see. We also can actually go for an Xyz monster here. We can go for a rank 4 because we don't mind if Naya stays banished. Yo, can we play one? Yeah, I'll have a dual code. This always happens. Every time I stream, I have it in my head that I'll stream for a certain amount of time, and we always go over. It's always over, and it never feels like it is. Also, thanks for coming out, everybody. I know these streams are it's kind of a long gap between. We kind of stream on weekends, but that's a really good time for me. My wife now, I got married on Thursday. My wife is working a lot of time, so I have time to stream to kind of just chill and hang out, not in a hurry. Search our Serpent Strike. Put that on the board. By the way, because we're playing Curse, I would like to be playing Amnesia. Hey, thank you. Yeah, we've been together, not to overshare, but she and I have been together for 10 years, and I'm only 13, so it's been a while. So let's summon out our tokens. But yeah, weekends are a really good time to stream for me, so I appreciate everybody coming out, spending some time on their Saturday night, or for Chuggy's case, your Sunday morning, and just hanging out. It's really cool of you. Let's go for Dugaris. I think we draw some cards here. If the cost is we just skip our draw phase next turn, that's fine. If we can hit a Runick here. Let's draw 2 cards. We hit a Runick. Not only that, I've been with my fiance 10 years now. That is so cool. That is so cool. Congrats on that too. That's really sweet. You'll love to hear it. Currently in the process of saving for a wedding. That's so sick. Yeah, we were planning a reception, and holy crap, that is expensive. That is not an amount of money I want to pay right now. Let me tell you. We're out of... Oh no. Do we have the star? We do. It's Gary. Oh, what did I'm stupid. It's not Gary. My brain's so small. We're milling them. We're milling them. I wanted to mill them. I promise. Don't laugh. It's the fish guy again. They're gonna have a whale of a time unpicking our board. It's too expensive. We're this close to just eloping. We're so done with it. Eloping is what I wanted to. We're gonna have a reception just because my wife really wants one, so we should do it because it'll make her happy. But yeah, elope that was the play I want. Is just if we're gonna spend money, let's go on a trip, spend it for ourselves. Not because I'm not a big party person. You might be able to tell. I'm kind of a shut-in. I like to stay in, do my thing. We go battle phase to pass our turn. We've been together for 10 years now. We're gonna pollutant by tributing this, and we're gonna pick up our Lars. This was a misplay. Stop doing this. I should be using my pollutant during the main phase because then I can use my Serpent Strike. I keep forgetting. Anyway, though, we did set up. We're not gonna get a draw next turn, which does hurt. If I hadn't messed up, we could have used another... We could have gotten our fountain with this. That's what I should have done, because then we would have had we would have had all 3 spells engraved for the full draw 3. So that was just a misplay. I don't know why this deck is hard for me, man. So they do have stuff to banish from grave, and that's really tough for us. Thought I heard that right. I'm not 13, but people always guess that I'm younger than I am, so I kind of lean into that. I think it's funny. Code, what are you doing to me? I do want to bring this tomorrow. I do want to. That's just lizard brain talking. Snake brain, snake brain. They're Xyz summoning. What are they Xyz summoning? I hate to tell you, pal, but you can't use a Kraken. Yeah, Code, you're kind of convincing me. If I bring it, do you think there are any changes I make to the list? Is it missing anything? I don't know. I just don't trust my deck building. I just can't believe that it could be ready to play, you know? But I feel good about it. I feel good about the list. I like that we're playing 40 with Runick specifically. I like the Ogdoadics we're playing. I like that we have full power Slicer combo, and then we're playing it really consistently. We're playing the full 6 Leos. I think that's really solid. The Runick spells are just really fun. I think it's really good. Yeah, okay. We'll bring it. We'll bring it. I'm scared too, but we'll bring it. I gotta be on my A game. I gotta be playing better than I am now. It's also really... That's still going to defense mode. It's also really fun to just draw cards. To just, oh, draw 2, draw 3, see what I get. Hope it's good. So yeah, it'll be fun. It's good to try different decks. Maybe cut the Aaron because it's kind of win more. Yeah, I think I agree with you, Code. I don't really love that. And put Called By. Yeah, and we're not playing any hand traps, so Called By doesn't actually hurt us going into the opponent turn the way it does for other decks. We have a Curse, we have Tip. I think we just chill here. I think we just go battle phase, yeah. We're at 6. We always do well on stream. So, Called By being able to be used makes it so versatile. It's all coming together. Called By is a quick play. Yeah, that's a good point. I do like that. And we don't need the Aaron. I agree that it's win more. Yeah, okay, let's cut it. Let's go Called By Grave. Called By's great. Taking a look at the list, any other suggestions? I'm running 3 talent because I own, or I'm sorry, I'm running 1 talent because I own 1 talent. That's why it's there as a 1 of. Although I don't even hate it as a 1 of. There's a lot here that can't leave too. That's what's tough about Runick decks. For siding, I usually tend to side out the Fossil Digs when I'm going second and throw in things like Lightning Storm and Dark Ruler. Nib is also a card I'm considering. Here's another thing I'm torn on. What's the Naya ratio we run? We're playing a lot of ways to hit our Leos. Do we rely solely on Leos to get the Naya? Because we have 2 targets for Naya. We have the initial Daybreak, and then we've got the Serpent Strike for the follow-up. Do we... I like to play 2 talent. I would be playing 2 talent if I had to, but I've got 1, so it's just what I'm running. I kind of like this because whenever I run talent, I feel like it's dead. I feel like people either play around it or they just don't have hand traps. They have imperm. It's just not live. So that's just my experience with it. We're gonna take out Aaron. I think the Ogdoadic has to stay, right? That's our win con. That plus Nephilibus just clears the board over and over. Otherwise, I feel like it looks solid. This would be... Do we think... Yeah, I think this is the list I go into... Here, sorry, let me get the deck out of the way. I think this is the list we play. It's the 1 Ogdoadic, the 1 Nephilibus, obviously, the 1 Curse, that's a must, the Misk, the 3 Leos, 2 Naya, 1 Mega Corella, 1 Archosaur, 1 Talent, 3 Fossil Dig, 1 Called By, 3 Freezing Curses, 3 Tip, 2 Dispelling, 3 Slumber, 3 Flashing Fire, the 1 Daybreak, 1 Smiting Storm just for a Runick name, 3 Destruction, the 1 Strike for getting back the Nephilibus, 2 Fountain, and the 2 must-have traps. I like the 3. So, what's kind of cool is if we open Naya, and we also have Curse in hand, we can actually start with Naya as Ashbait. Send Naya from hand to attempt to mill, because then we can mill the Ogdoadic, and then we can discard Curse with Hugin, and then the whole Curse Naya play is still live. So I like that for having 3 Naya. The question I'd have then is, what can we afford to cut? I don't think we can afford to cut down on any of our Leos plays. I think the Fossil Dig and Leos have to stay at max. Maybe the talent comes out in that case. Like I said, I bumped it up to 18 Runick quick plays. We're at 20 Runick cards because I wanted to see them a little bit more. We could cut one Runick for a Naya, but to me, I think I'd rather have a Runick spell than a Naya. I think I'd rather draw into a Runick spell than a Naya. Than a third Naya, that is. Talent isn't live most times. You want certainty? That is true. That is true. Counterpoint. We were talking about playing 2 talent. Codename was at least. We don't have 2 talent, but we do have talent called by, and these do fill similar roles of helping you play through interruption. It's good going first, even better going second. Yeah, I think we play the 1 talent. I think it's weird at 1, but it's just what I own, because poor boy. I gotta dig out... Hang on, we gotta dig up a Called by the Grave. I have an extra. I keep moving mine back and forth, but I shouldn't do that. I have another one. One sec. How do people sort their cards? That is very true. What interruption are you anticipating? Well, I always anticipate Ash. I think any good player is going to expect Ash and to use their lowest commitment searches. Well, so here's something that's conflicting, right? I was gonna say use your lowest priority search first. Plan for the interruption you expect to see. I don't know your locals. It's pretty competitive. Even though people bring more casual decks to Sunday, they still fill them up with cards to win. Things like Ash, you know, they're playing, some people are playing Prosp, like people are playing good cards in their decks to make them into good decks, if that makes sense. So I'm expecting to see Ash Blossoms. I'm expecting to see Drolls, although I don't know if people are main decking Droll. I'm expecting to see Imperms, obviously called, or talent doesn't hit off Imperm, but just looking for my called by. Riveting visuals, I know. I'm sorry, I'm searching for a card, so it's not really showing much on the stream. I'm happy to talk theory, though. It's really fun to... I feel like in a very short time recently, I've gotten a big boost on my intimacy and knowledge of this deck. I feel like I know a lot more about the deck than I did a short while ago, just from streaming. We've learned a lot isn't really accurate. It's more to say chat has taught me a lot and we've tested a lot. You could play Zeus. I do have Zeus. I found my Zeus. I don't know if I said it on stream. I had a Zeus. I just couldn't find it. I finally found it. I don't hate Zeus. We kind of struggle to go into it, and we already can kind of do that with Ogdoadic, but Zeus is accessible from extra, and Zeus is really big. Oh, nice. Yeah, so I could play Zeus. I don't really... Here's the question. Do we think I will go into the Abyss Dweller? And then the follow-up question, if I go into the Abyss Dweller, do we think it wins me a duel at some point during the day? If Abyss Dweller wins me a duel, I should play Dweller. But then I guess I should ask, will Zeus win me a duel? The answer is probably. Zeus is probably good enough to stun them while they're under runic stuff. Although, Zeus clears Fountain. So... I also can't find my called by. That's really annoying. Zeus clears Fountain. Is that... That seems really bad to me. Or is Zeus for when we don't have runic cards, since Zeus can't even be made if we're under the runic battle phase restriction anyway. I mean, you don't play Zeus if you're winning. Okay. Fair. Fair. How... What's the plan to make Zeus? Because we almost I actually don't know if Zeus is good in this deck because say we have Lars, and it survives, right? We have Mega Corella to... Yeah, no Zeus. Okay. Yeah, it wasn't... No, it was a good suggestion, though. I just had to think it through. Good suggestion, but not this time. Seriously, where's my called by? I know I have extras because I was playing it back when it was unlimited. Do we still think Nib is a good card? What about Baguska, by the way? I feel like Baguska is too easy to out to play, but does playing under Baguska hurt decks enough to justify running it? Because I think Baguska would be a better rando include than Dweller, but we already kind of do Monster Lock. Dweller does something we don't already do, which is hit the graveyard. So I think I've talked myself out of it. I think I like Dweller more than Baguska here, too. Unless chat has a different read on it. Yeah, Slicer is just Reptile Baguska. Okay, yeah, that's already a problem we can solve, is monsters. So let's not try to shore up a defense we already have. That seems like a bad practice. What we can do is get our deck put together. So I'm just finalizing my list here. We're gonna add the called by. Yeah, I think it looks good though. If nobody has any, I think the deck is fine. Yeah, I agree. We're growing as players. I'm getting better at making decks. I don't think there's any shame in net decking, but it's really exciting getting to get better at side decking, at deck building. You know, figuring out your ratios, 1-ofs, 2-ofs. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we have 40 here. Let's make sure we have our side deck. But yeah, I think this is the deck we play tomorrow. I'm still worried. I still think it's maybe not the best thing I could be playing, but I also want to just trust myself, and I want to trust Codename's judgment that the deck is good. I bought the cards. We already know that I like... Oh, we already know that I like my combo pile, but we don't know how much I like Runick, because I haven't played it in an event, so I should do that. Let's put our list back up. I have time for a few more, so Codename, I'll open up a room and then join up. We can get some duels in. Or at least one, The last thing I have to decide on is maybe, yeah, I have to figure out, put my side deck. Good thing I included name of the, all right, good luck, Codename. Good luck. I hope you, this was all a big bait so that Codename gets to go up against me in a deck that I'm not running Droll. I'll see you in a bit. Good luck. All right. We both pick rock. Maybe, okay. We're gonna go first, because of course we are. We have a bunch of good stuff. So we're gonna do exactly what we said. We're gonna open with the Naya. We're gonna send the Curse. That's very solid. Good sportsmanship. Good sportsmanship score. All right. Here, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go Dispelling. Let's go for Hugin. We're gonna discard the Destruction. We're gonna search out our Fountain. And now we've got Fountain online. And we've got a full draw 3 loaded up. We're going to go for the Leos. Leos is going to attempt to set the singularity. That's going to resolve. So we have Lars online. We're going to go Leos again. We're going to send. So this is tough. We actually don't need. We can search Anaya here, but I don't love that. We could also just dump the Mega Corella. But maybe it's better. We can still search a card, so we should thin our deck. We've got the full combo, so we might as well do the full line now that it's turn 1. We have access, we don't want to be greedy. Let's empty our deck out and make full use of what we drew. No, we're not going to use the Hugin. Alright. Here. We go for the curse. We're going to tribute off the Archosaur. We do have to go for the Echidna play, where we go Echidna, then Zerol. So that wastes a monster, but Echidna's not super important to this. If I were playing Reptilian Echidna, or Coatl, I'd be really happy, because then we'd be setting up for a Borreload Savage, which I love, as everyone knows. Let's throw down some tokens. What an awesome card, Daybreak. Great card. Great, because you only need to play one of it, too. I love that. Link up. Make the Echidna. Make the Zerol. We actually do have another token here. So we can't access another body. If we could make a mask here as well, which I would really like to do, but it's just not on the cards, so that's okay. Yeah, we just can't make the mask. Oh god, I almost did it just as a habit thing. That was scary. One more body and we'd have the Masquerena. Alas, was not to be. We're gonna pass on that. And we are gonna hit code in the draw phase with our card effects here. Leos, Mega Corella, their forces combined. Evils are Lars. Oof. We're ending with 2 cards in hand too. We did a bunch of deck thinning. We're down to 27 cards. Wow. Setting 1. We really want to get this Freezing Curses off on something. Although, I don't know if we'll get to. That better not be Cap. That better not be baiting code. I swear. I actually do like the Naya here for the follow-up. We can go for the normal summon and just hard search. Oh, we're up against danger. We're up against Code's Locals deck. Freezing Curses here. I'm tempted. Ooh. We really like that. Right? It's gotta be Curses. We have a full 3 Runics, so we are going to go for the Fountain proc here. We have no reason not to. And we hit the Flashing Fire. No way you banished the one of Bigfoot. Believe it. We did it. We've got the Flashing Fire, which I really like to see. So, we're flipping the archives. It lets them do discard outlet stuff. We definitely want to be hitting that with Lars, but we want to wait for them to activate it. They're not yet. They're going for... We also need to police their board. We need to make sure we don't let them have 4 monsters on field. If they get to a 4th monster, We need to be hitting it. You can add 1 level 5 or higher Dark World from your deck to your hand. That is something we cannot do anything about, so we will allow it. Grapha to hand. Genta, searching gate. We also have a sick Smiting Storm lined up here. 6 cards off the top of theirs. Genta will summon itself. Discard 1 Fiend, draw 1 card. I think we are going to hit this. They're running out of juice. Let's negate that. Genta's going to summon itself here. We're going to allow that. So, if I could cheat here and check his deck list, I'm not going to do that. If he plays Goddess, he's got the monsters he needs. He can break down one of our boss monsters, but not both, because we have Flashing Fire. We could take 6 off. No, we could take 7 off his deck here. Do we think 7 is good enough? We would be leaving ourselves at the random chance of not drawing another Runick. We're going to hold the Smiting Storm so that we guaranteed have the draw 2 lined up for next turn. Genta bounces to hand, brings out Rainbow. Genta's not hard once per turn, is it? Nope. We're going to let them go for another field spell. Wow, that's really powerful that Genta can do this. And they managed to gamble their way into it, too. That's pretty cool. The Archives is really tough here. Let's hold the Lars so that the Slicer isn't as easy an out for if they do go for Goddess here. They're killing the Slicer here. That's really tough. They can discard a card, draw 2 cards here. They're outing our board. We still have an out to Goddess. So here in hindsight, it would have been better to hit this right away. We lose our Slicer. They're definitely going to go for Goddess here. It's gotta be. They have a Dark World. There's Grapha. They have a, gates in hand. The Genta special is once per turn, though. No, it's not. That's wild. We still hold. We still have to wait. We're gonna get the Genta. We have to hold this to just out whatever boss monster they make. We can also make a Runick monster. Your opponent discards a card. Ceruli is tough, but what can you do? Let it come over. Letting our opponent discard a card here. Rainbow triggering. Oh, are the Dark World cards not once per turn? They're not. They're searching a Grapha. The rainbow is really cool. By returning 1 level 7 or lower Dark World, we have a Din hitting the field. We're going to send a card on our field to the graveyard. That's certainly going to be our fountain. I think that means we're going to go for a Gary here. We're going to try and do the sticky, resilient play. No way. I did not even think about the timing on that working out the way that just did. That looked so next level, but it's actually just random chance. Dugaris. They're gonna go for, what, a resurrect or draw here? They're drawing 2 cards. Discarding 1. Going for the accession. Yeah. We had a really good opener too, and they just played through it all. That's crazy. If we had Masquerena on board, that would have been really nice instead of this dumb token. I wonder if there's a way I could have set that up, or if it just would have been a deck building decision that we just didn't have the room for. They're setting a card. Is this the battle phase? Is this the board we're fighting? Nope. What does Muckraker do? Wow. Pitch a card, spec a fiend. Chupacabra. Yeah, I think we're cooked. Unironically, if we had gone for the banish, we might have actually gotten him closer to decking out. This is a 9-card banish if we had a Smiting Storm here to do it with. This is definitely going to be lethal on board, or at least being set up. The Grapha negates our Gary, so... And they have the talent, so they just take something. Yeah. Wow. Smashed. Destroyed. It's too bad we don't have... Well... We do have a bit of health. We are going to use our Gary here. Let's try to get rid of the Grapha. Just kidding. Let's not read cards. Oh, I mean, that we couldn't have destroyed anything then. The Din would have protected all his monsters. And that is lethal on us. Oof, we got smoked. 4 cards in hand too. It feels bad to lose with that many. Very good game by Code. Very well played. Well, now I'm doubting the deck a little more, Code. What are you trying to do? Now I'm feeling a little less confident. Maybe I won't bring Runick. Next month, by the way, expect, near probably the beginning of the month, a deck profile. I know we did one on stream, but an official deck profile of the Slicer Lock combo pile. I really want to make a video on this deck. I want to keep it to 1 video a month. I also want to make a video to kind of update. Hey, well played, Code. You destroyed me. You absolutely smashed me. No chance. I had no shot. I had a good opener, too. I had the full combo, but you played right through it. Going into side decking, I would definitely be siding Droll in versus your deck. I think Nibiru is also probably pretty good into Dark World, right? So we'd probably be taking out 3 Fossil Dig for Droll, And then going second, we'd probably take out the... You did good. Thank you. I just did my normal thing. And then going... We'd probably take out Called By, Naya, one Naya, and maybe Talent for another 3 hand trap. Something like that. I like Droll. I like Nib. I also like... Droll is literally an instant win. Right. No, that was fun. Good duel. Thanks for playing. Yeah, I think... I am nervous to bring the Runick deck, but I think I will bring it just because it'll be fun. Shake it up, play something else. We've been testing it a lot. Time to put it to the test, you know? Hopefully we're able to stall out our opponents. It'd be really nice to go for the deck out win con. But I think that's what we'll wrap up the stream. I hope everybody has a great night. Thank you so much for coming out. Again, join the Discord, link in the description of the stream. We chat on there. People talk decks. We talk Ogdoadic. We talk other decks. We also do alerts when we're going live. So if you want to know when we're doing streams, hop in there. It's a good time. Anyways, thanks everybody. I'll see you next time.